150,000 people. All right, so we now want to turn onto some politics and look at some numbers. Remember that on the campaign trail, opposition NASA leaders are expected to resume campaigns after launching their manifesto on Tuesday. Today, they start their two-day tour of Narok County. The Raila team, led by, of course, the principals, will hold rallies in Rosura and Nosain in Emur Dikir, and now Murimi Mwangi is covering that for us. We also have Chris Thairu, who is looking at how things are in Kirinyaga County, where President Uhuru Kenyatta is taking his campaigns today. All right, so let's now take a look at some numbers, and especially of the region where the NASA leaders will be heading. This is Narok County. Let's just take a look at how the numbers were back in 2013. And as you can see, the presidential results gave Raila Odinga an edge there, 118,000, which resonated to about 50% of the total vote, while Uhuru Kenyatta was really following closely at 46%, translating into 109,413. Also, total number of registered voters right now, as per IEBC, is at 341,730. So it's a really vote-rich region. Let's take a look at the governor position. And Samuel Tenai, who is the current governor, he was standing with URP at that time. He was able to garner 87,832. Tiampati Ole Musuni was following at 55,008. You also have Johnson Choi, who was in ODM at that time. 39,100 is what he was able to garner. Looking at the senator position, Stephen Ntutu at that time was in URP, 94,444. Then you have Andrew Letepa, who's an independent candidate at that time, was able to garner 77,420. Then you have Julius Nkuli. At that time, he still is in TNA, was able to garner 51,253 votes. So that's how the numbers are. So let's just take a look at the constituency. And you have Kilgoris, the first one in Narok County. Gideon Conchella of URP was able to garner 24,023, making him the member of parliament. And you can see just how much the others were able to get. Total number of registered voters there. All right, if we could go back to that previous board there, just taking a look at the total number of voters right now as at IBC. It's 67,779. So that's the number of voters that we have in Kilgoris right now, according to IEBC. Moving on swiftly, we have Narok North, Moitalel Ole Kenta. He was able to garner the Member of Parliament position with 24,853 votes. William Olentimama, at that time, ODM, he was able to garner 21,019. Joel Dapash was in URP, 8,136. So that's the numbers those are the numbers for Narok North. The total registered voters right now, 78,380. So you have 78,380. In Kilgoris, we had 67,000 registered voters. All right, so that's how the numbers are like in Narok County. That's where the NASA principals will be heading today, and they'll be taking their campaigns there. We have Murimi Mwangi, who's going to be updating us on that. All right, so that's how things are. So we now want to take a look at what's trending right before we wrap up things here on the show. Let's do that. All right, so Zinzi, how are you?
All right, good morning. I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Good. Take a look at this. There's apparently an app that allows you to ask all your presidential candidates questions. Now, we only have about 40 days towards the next elections, so you don't have to wait for any presidential debate or really have to tweet them or anything. There's an entire app for that. Then there's another world cybersecurity attack. We've got the details on that
All
one.
right.
And we'll tell you also why Rihanna is tweeting world leaders. And then picture of the day, something fascinating. But first of all, let's begin with that one. Hashtag Ask the President app. Like I've told you, it is a new app that where followers of whatever your favorite presidential candidate is, you can ask them questions on that specific app, all right? And it's there and it's run. You can also find it on Google Store, as I've seen online. And it's something that is new. But then you've got to remember, I like the fact that this specific 2017 election, we're seeing a lot of our presidential candidates and even other people vying, really using the digital platform. Raila Odinga had launched as well as an SMS platform, which allowed his followers to sort of track his activities. We've also seen now this an app that allows you to ask questions towards your favorite presidential candidate. So you have all this amazing stuff happening within the tech world that really allows young people to tie into politics, and that gives you no excuse as a young person, as a young individual as well.
Interesting.
All right.
So how are people taking it? Are people using it? Do we know if there are any there's any interest that is being generated from this?
Right now, it's just people are really making this known online. But then as time goes on, we will get to see if actually young people are using these platforms that have been created there for them, all right? So this is how it sort of looks like if you were to install it once you open it. And like you've seen the tweet there, you can get to interact with your favorite presidential aspirants in Kenya's 2017 presidential elections.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So away from Ask the President app, which I think is fascinating, and we will keep an eye on that. Let's head over to our next trend this morning. Okay, so here you have all of them.
Okay, so you can ask everybody. All right, with Ask the President app, you can get to ask all the presidential candidates questions and get feedback from them.
Okay, there you go.
Is it from them or their people?
Well,
it's the same thing.
It's
so is it?
We'll see. We'll see. I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try, then come back. And
how will you know if you're getting the answer from, say, Raila Odinga or it's his people?
I know people.
Oh, you know people.
I know people. We'll
okay,
see.
Fine.
So now let me tell you more about this. Okay, this is what is currently trending within the tech world. That cybersecurity attack. Last month we saw the same thing that was happening when I came and I told you all that. This is now a completely different cyber attack. Okay. And the thing with this one is that first of all, the question is everyone's mind is, am I affected? Well, if you're using Microsoft and your Microsoft Windows is up to date, you're not affected. The high chances that you will not be affected. However, if you are within a company, because a lot of this is really affecting companies across the world, what is happening is that once that ransomware is within the system, it sort of shuts down the entire system. So you find a company has to close down if they're not able to do their normal business, especially online. So what happens is that from a personal point of view, if you're not working within a business, if you have a computer, one of your computers that is not updated with the Microsoft update, that one computer, there's a chance of it affecting the rest. So to be safe, you might want to make sure that all your computers within a company are up to date if you're using Microsoft, that is, all right? Also, very quickly, just to allow you...
So we're safe as other guys?
As other guys, as in individuals, you're safe, you're safe. But make sure that if your computer is connected to other computers, especially at home, that all of them are up to date if you're using Microsoft. Now, the thing with this
Apple...
Apple, Apple folks, okay? Well, on the Apple, we're not saying anything yet. This has really affected Microsoft users. I think, because you can't relate.
No,
because you're an Apple person.
I'm just listening to
It's okay, Betty. People who use Windows...
I'm just listening to you, Zinzi. Don't catch feelings.
So people who use Windows, if you are affected, just like the WannaCry cyber attack, guess what? The only way that you can get your system up and running again is that if you pay these cybersecurity attackers using the digital currency, Bitcoin. However, cybersecurity analysts are saying that do not in whatsoever pay them. All right, do not pay them, because if still, at the end of the day, if you still do pay them, your files are still lost. Okay. So that's the latest on this world cyber attack. Of course, also, no one has really come out, or the experts are still trying to figure out who is behind it. So we still do not have a definite person or group that is behind this specific world cyber attack. In about a month. That's something else. Okay.
All right.
So that's the world cyber attack. Now let me tell you why Rihanna is tweeting global leaders. All right. First of all, take a look at this tweet that she tweeted.
Hey there, Maurici Macri. What's your plans for Argentina's commit to fund education?
So Rihanna works with Global Citizen. She's an ambassador. And the whole point that Global Citizen does is to sort of help fund teachings of millions of children, all right? I like this specific one because Justin Trudeau also replied back, all right?
I know you had our backs during the Global Citizen Festival. Will you recommit Canada to fund education?
And Trudeau says, we've got your back thanks to Claudia, who made sure that girls' education is our feminist international development policy, okay?
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah. First of all, Justin Trudeau was the very first global leader to actually reply to her tweet, all right? Justin Trudeau was not the only one she tweeted. She also tweeted Angela Merkel and the French president, Emmanuel Macron. All this is ahead of the G20 summit that will be happening in July. So she's tweeting them and making sure and asking them, what are you going to do about education? Using the hashtag Fund Education. Like I've told you, she's an ambassador for Global Citizen, which really looks at making sure that children across the world are getting funded when it comes to the education platform. You also want to remember early this year in January, she was in Malawi. We saw her in Malawi. We saw her going around schools, teaching and really experiencing. What I really liked about it is that I saw her taking down notes.
Oh, yeah?
So this is something that I can see Rihanna is not just the face of it. She's actually more into it, all right?
Bonjour, Emmanuel Macron. Will France commit to fund education?
Okay. So this is something that Rihanna is... She has about 74 million followers on Twitter alone, all right? So she's using her stardom to
Who
sort
got
of...
to 1 million the other day? 100 million followers?
On Twitter or on Instagram?
Twitter.
On Twitter.
Was it Chris Brown?
You're a fan of Chris Brown, so you keep up with Chris Brown.
Who is it?
You?
Is it Justin Bieber? It's Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
Yeah.
First of all, Facebook has hit 2 billion. That's practically an entire... That's more than our population in Kenya.
No, of course. It's like China. It's like twice.
China and India, because India has about 1 billion and China has another 1 billion. Like the people on Facebook, Facebook
It's like
hit 2 billion.
It's like China and
users.
India.
Okay, we'll talk about that. But first of all, take a look at this last tweet.
Germany, I'm checking in to see where we are on the commitment to fund education. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
So there you go. So here you have Rihanna with such a heavy influence, not only online, but also with her work with her stardom. And she's making sure of fund education coming in regards to the G20 summit that will be happening in July.
Okay.
That people are already talking about it, and she's sort of giving attention towards that.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting. Let's go to picture of the day.
Shall we round up with picture of the day? Okay, picture of the day is something that has gotten a lot of people talking online. Different emotions.
What is it? Is it Serena Williams?
No,
Somebody's reminding me Serena Williams.
Selena? You didn't say Selena?
No, I was going to say Serena, surely.
It's sort of close to that. Let me introduce you, Betty, to 31-year-old Alicia Montano. She is 5 months pregnant, as you can see, and she was racing on the track.
Yeah.
5 months pregnant.
No, it's really, we spoke about this with Julian on Monday, and we were just saying how amazing she is. Yeah.
And then you have, like, I like what you said. Then you have the photo shoot that
Serena Williams,
and it's gone viral.
Why are you not showing her picture?
Well, hers are a bit, what can I say?
X-rated.
For online, yeah? For the online audience.
But honestly, I mean, that picture,
she looks gorgeous. She looks gorgeous. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, I think she looks very, very, very... And she's bold.
Yeah.
And it's Serena Williams,
That's the same thing as telling my friends. That's like self-esteem on another level.
Yeah, of course. And I saw another tweet, and she posted that picture, and she was asking people, like, yo, so do you think it's a boy or a girl? And I'm thinking, like, that's not even the question. The question is like, yeah, yo, what do you think of this? You know, what do you... So she's even past that. She's fabulous.
You do not need to tell her.
She's even overpassed that. She's like, okay, so what do you think? Is it a boy or a girl? Hey, Serena, goals. That's what goals look like.
Plus also that.
Yeah, plus
on
that.
On the track field, 5 months pregnant, 31-year-old, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something else.
All right, we'll be waiting to see yours. I'm kidding. Running on the track.
I like how you say that, and then you have your eyes elsewhere.
Running on the track.
Oh, okay.
Thank
you.
So
that's just the end of what's trending for today, but yes.
If you want to see what we're talking about Serena Williams, please just go online and just Google Serena Williams, you know.
Photo shoot. Just
photo shoot, Vanity Fair. Then you'll understand what we're talking about. It's like a Beyonce, that Beyonce picture.
Hers was a water under the water.
10 million times crazier, if I can say that. But she looks beautiful.
What I'm really waiting for is to finally get response from Beyonce on her Instagram.
About her babies?
Yeah, you'll notice I haven't talked about it on what's trending because it's just speculation.
Yeah.
The moment she comes out and she tells us that, you know, it's final,
Sawa.
I think that's the only trend we'll do that day.
Let's wait for that
Patiently
day.
watching her
It's
Instagram.
It's coming. The dad confirmed that indeed, twins. It's
Beehives
twins.
do not want the father to confirm. In fact, we were mad at that. We want Beyonce herself to confirm.
Okay, guys. Wow. Hey, Sawa. Gold is Serena Williams and Beyonce. All right. So, Sawa, thank you so much.
Also,
yes.
can we just let the audience know if there's something that is trending within your area, here in Kenya, within Africa and beyond, please tag Betty and I.
Yeah, please do. All right. At Betty M. Kialo at
Zinzi_K.
And that's us. Thank you so much for watching. This has been News Center. We'll see you soon, tomorrow that is. Till then, be kind to one another and be blessed.
All right, bye-bye.